I've gotten a lot of questions about this camera here, and so I figured I'd take an opportunity to explain a little bit how it works. So this is a 360 camera. There's a lot of really cool things that you can do with them, specifically the consumer brand Insta360, the X4 model. Now this camera has two hyper wide angle lenses on either side of it that allow it to see 180 degrees outside of itself, but it can't see itself. This thing is pretty thick. It's not invisibly thin. It's got a screen, it's got a battery, memory card, lots of hardware in it. But in order for it to not see itself, it has to blend this sort of blind spot that it has. And the blind spot is made not by really flat edges, but instead by a cone. And that cone is very, very convenient. They have turned a flaw into a feature. It cannot see directly below, it cannot see directly above or to either specific side of itself, but it takes two images and stitches them together. But if I hold the camera real close to my face, you can begin to see some of that flaw. As I'm gonna start, my nose is gonna disappear and the image is gonna look a little wonky. So attached to the camera is a pole, and the pole happens to be just the right thickness and just the right length to sit right in that cone of invisibility, which allows you to walk around, run around, and hold the camera way out from yourself to get some of those beautiful 360 shots without seeing the pole. They call this the Insta360 invisible stick, as if it's something special, but really any stick of about this thickness and about this length will disappear within the camera's just real blind spot. The 360 camera, I'll also say, is so fantastic, but it is mostly software. Insta360, the company, is more of a software company than it is a camera company. And the reason that is because of the stitching. Originally, there were not two cameras, there was 6 to 8, and you'll still see some that are like that because that allows further pixel densities and things in higher quality. But for the consumer brand here, you're just dealing with two lenses. And so there's a lot of stitching that's involved. And that was the kind of first step for Insta360 as a company, because they were able to make software that could accurately stitch those things together. The other thing that it's doing is it's doing a lot of gyroscope information. While there is a lot in this camera that allows me to spin it around and it will stay maintained in this one spot, and it's doing that within an internal gyroscope, there's also, it's using a lot of tracking points. So there is software tracking where it's looking at certain things, my nose, the tip of my glasses, the grass, the ground, and it is tracking those objects to help stabilize the footage in post-production. And that's why you'll see a lot of people using these as action cameras, much like you might use a GoPro as an action camera, because you can wave it around and no matter where you put it, you're always more or less getting the shot, and it's always more or less being stable because it can lock into any one pixel on the 360 spectrum that it is always filming. So they're very cool cameras. I don't recommend you buy them though, to be honest with you, unless you're just into kind of a specific niche that you want to use 360 for. They're not a good replacement. Ultimately, the cameras are not very high quality because it's capturing so much information that not any one of those pixels or that bit rate is super high quality. But they're fun tools and they're great for running and biking, and I've been using it a lot for that. So I hope that answers some of your questions. I've seen a lot of comments where people think this is a drone that I have in front of me while I run or I bike. That would be impossibly awesomely difficult for me to do. Oh, John, one more thing, because you inspired this video, I should answer your direct question. It can't hide the shadow. I don't know why you weren't able to see the shadow. It's all I see a lot of times when I'm editing this footage. It's a bit of a buzzkill sometimes because it ruins the magic, but there's nothing you can do to erase the shadow. It's just erasing the pole.